But not far from where the Steelers' former homes at Three Rivers Stadium, Forbes Field once stood, we are at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup. We are all set to go, as it'll be the LA Chargers taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Check, check. Get it.
And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down. You look at the Steeler defense. They find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league against the pass, currently bringing up the number 11 spot.
So I'm prepping for this game. I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And
too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. His first pass attempt of the game, Charles, and the pass rush was right there to hit him. But no fear, he delivered an accurate ball. Nice catch.
And you never want to see your quarterback getting hit. But it also sends a message to the rest of the team when he's able to take that shot and still deliver downfield. Showing a little toughness, and the team rallies around him. This could really help them on their drive.
And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon.
Panther 60, Panther 60. 19 Charger, 19 Charger. Let go.
Here's Daniels. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. They got 29 yards that time. A little tough on the secondary there, in zone defensively. Quarterback had time to survey and find a spot.
And if you want to change things up and put a little more pressure on him, you can go to man coverage. Everyone matches up and send more pressure. But you can also do it out of zone coverage if you're worried about what's going to happen on your back end. Send someone else, drop someone else out of the line. The old zone blitz could come into play to try and get that pressure on the quarterback.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14.
Check smash, check smash. Bronco 80. Go.
Now Daniels. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Chargers are going to get the football back at their own 17. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes you're fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
2nd and 10.
19 Charger, 19.
Sanders to throw. That's caught. Emeka Buka. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down. To throw now, here's Sanders. That's out to Hill, right side complete. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it second down. You look at the Steeler defense. They've had their trouble stopping the run, Charles. Currently 29th in the NFL in that department.
And this group talks all the time about wanting to be better, getting stronger against the run. And to me, it all starts up front. You've got to win the line of scrimmage in order to play against the run very well.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Here we go.
They give to Taylor out of the gun. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 8.
Come on.
From the gun, it's Sanders. A throw for Pittman is intercepted. Picked off by Quan Martin. And the Steelers will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
70.
To the air goes Daniels. Now he's going to step up and run. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Let's go. Cowboy 80.
Straight ahead, ETN. They'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. The Steelers at 2-6 now on the year. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
The Steelers, first down. First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
19 tight.
Daniels looking to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football.
Ready.
As they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. 60.
On 1st and 10, it's ETN. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
70.
Complete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now Daniels going to keep it. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Charger drive about to get going. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass. On play action, here's Shadur. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
There for the stop defensively, Nick Benito. From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd down and 8. Throw left side complete. That's Hill. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 30. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play. And sometimes it can break big.
Tyreek Hill's got another one. And down inside the 15 he goes. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of work.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Quan Martin. And the Steelers are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
Partner, there's no other way you could describe it because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak and a melancholy trip back to the drawing board. I like it when I go a little bit lyrical for you.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. That's complete into the hands of Myers. Short completion, just 4 yards. And now we've got a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
19 tight, 19 tight.
Daniels from the gun on 3rd down. Open man right side, Myers.
5-yard gain on the play. That's good for a Steelers.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score.
10 at the 14-yard line.
Ready, ready.
Throwing now is Daniels. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets them on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick six.
And I know from experience throughout the week when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick sixes and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
At their own 20-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives. And
into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Amon-Ra St. Brown with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Steelers have retaken the lead. Aubrey good with a PAT. And the lead is now 10-7. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Throwing, Sanders. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. 1 play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
60 Vikings, cut 19, cut 19. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Ready.
To throw is Daniels. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Extra point now by Boswell. And that makes it 14-10.
Makes the score. Chargers 14. Steelers 10.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
Throwing after the interception, Daniels. And he'll be out right at the 35. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
1st down.
Here we go. Here we go.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
They go play action. Daniels. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's second down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage with a penalty flag down. This might push him back further. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. What do they have for this? 3rd and 11.
70 Timberwolves.
Etienne on the toss right. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. And this returnable for Hill. Just a net of 34 there, following a punt of 44 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that he can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
Finds Mml on the quick slant. Look at the big man rumble. And he's finally down at the 21-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's Sanders. Gets this one to Hill. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And it'll be second down. A final shot before break. Sanders. This is caught. Touchdown. Cole Kmet in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chargers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes it a 21-10 game.
Steelers 10.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Well, it's not time to get them established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
19 tight, 19 tight.
from the gun on third down. Daniels. Now this throw deep to Kraft. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Off the play fake. Daniels. And he fires one incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
70 Timberwolves.
ETN up the middle. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Here now a 3rd down and 8.
Here we go. Here we go. Cougar 19.
Back to throw. Daniels. He'll try and do this himself. That's to his running back, complete. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. And he'll try and throw here on the fake. And this one will not work out. It is incomplete. They pass up the 3, fake it, it doesn't work. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Charger drive about to get going. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And going deep for Hill. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there for L.A. 51 yards. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's 1st down on the other side of the field. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it. And while he didn't get a 1st down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
They dial a running play here with Hill. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. A loss of 8 that time, and it brings up 3rd down. Now the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long. Sanders. He's got the tight end. That's Gadsden. And his bid for the 1st down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25.
Chris Boswell on for the field goal. A 42-yard attempt.
Boswell's kick is good. And the lead grows to 14 at 24-10. So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that could all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Let's go now. Let's go.
Now ETN to start the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Working out of the gun, Daniels. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there.
Get it. Panther 60. Panther 60.
Here's Daniels. He'll try and do this himself. Able to find his man, Kraft. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
The Steelers, first down. First and 10
Here we
at the
go, here we go.
49-yard line.
On the counter, ETN. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Second and 10 at the Chargers 49-yard line.
And now what's this? They fake the spike. He'll throw it. And that'll be caught. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the third quarter. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. From the 13 now, they work on first and 10.
Ready. Cougar 19. Go.
Now Daniels. Now he'll tuck this and run. This will be caught at about the 5. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
10 yards on the pickup. It's second and inches at the 4-yard line.
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Takedown from 3 yards out. And the Steelers have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
And he will get into the end zone, and a 2-point conversion will cut this down to a 6-point game. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Jesus, second half, they only have a few. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Jonathan Taylor, touchdown, LA. Jonathan Taylor with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chargers are closing in on a 6-2 start as they extend this fourth quarter advantage. Now the Charger offense will stay on the field as they'll line up to go for the 2-point try.
Chargers will line up for the 2-point conversion.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Here we go.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Brings up second and 11 at the 36-yard line.
Second and 11. Into space at the 45. And he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield.
15 yards on the play.
It looks like they'll move things around here.
First down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
A shotgun snap and a give to ETN. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13.
Ready?
Operating from the gun, Daniels. Got his man, Dell. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Third and 4.
Play action, now it's Daniels. Now he's going to step up and run. Past the 20. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
Okay, ready?
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
18 Cardinal.
Looking to throw. Daniels. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown with career touchdown number 70. And the Steelers have got it back to within a score. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
The extra point up and good by Aubrey. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Good return up past the 30. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Chargers. A big-time special teams play here in the 4th quarter to extend their lead.
And coaches preach it all the time. If you can score on special teams, your chances of winning the game really jump up in a big way. Now, I'll let our analytics friends quantify it and give us the exact numbers, but that's what coaches talk about all the time, that extra momentum, that extra bounce you get from a special team score.
I don't have any analytics friends. Those are your friends.
I'll claim them.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Let's go now.
Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here. And they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. 2nd down and 3. Operating from the gun. Daniels. Short throw. He's got Kraft. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
A gain of 9 yards. That's good for a Steelers 1st down.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Myers. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
19, Tiger, 19, go.
To the air goes Daniels. Now he'll tuck this and run. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
19, 18. Go.
Daniels looking to throw. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. 70 Timberwolves, 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Open man is Myers. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 5. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. Now they'll shift things around.
That's another Steelers first down.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Now Daniel's going to keep it. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Take Dell, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Steelers are back within a score. Aubrey good with a PAT. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. The Charger drive about to get going. This game has really flipped on its head. 2 unanswered touchdowns by the other side. And now, well, they take over here with just a very slim one-score lead.
We've seen this how many times now. Teams get a big lead, they go into coast mode, and all of a sudden they're scrambling and battling for a win down the stretch. They've got to put something together right here, otherwise they're in danger of doing the old snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go. Ready.
Again, it's Taylor. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Second and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. Off the option, here's Taylor. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Now Sanders. That is intercepted. And the Steelers will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Oh my, how the tables have turned now. They were trying to salt this one away, but that interception, potentially a game changer.
And I just got to think to myself, at this point of the game, I know you've been aggressive. I know that's your MO, and that's fine. And all those teams that talk about all gas, no brakes, you better have the emergency lever to pull occasionally. They could have used it right there. They put themselves in a tough spot with that interception.
Just the one timeout remaining as they try to navigate this 2-minute drill. 1st and 10.
Trap 60, trap 60.
Here's a give to ETN. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Travis Etienne taking it in from the 20. And the Steelers have taken a 4th quarter lead.
The Steelers will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they up their lead to 3. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Ready.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Ready. 19 light.
He's back to throw. It's Hill, complete.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth.
They'll come up now on second down.
Back to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So an ideal set of circumstances there. They move the chains, and they save that final timeout.
Here we go. 7 Pirates. 19 strike. 19.
He'll look to throw.
That'll be caught by Hill.
And a crossover out of bounds right at the 25. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talking over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Final minute. No timeouts at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10.
60 by 6.
Back to throw.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. On the throw, lit him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
They'll look to throw.
He'll try and do this himself.
And that is incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
So in the final minute, they turn it over to their kicker to get him back to even, and he does not disappoint.
Brandon, do you think the pressure ever gets to this guy? Because I sure don't. That was pretty smooth right there. But I tell you, he better not rest on his laurels, because there's a good chance they may need him again if this game goes to overtime.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Ready, set.
This is 1st and 10.
Ready. Left thing, 19, start. Panther 11, Panther 11. Trap 50, trap 50.
They'll start on the ground. ETN.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left.
First down. First and 10 at the 46.
Here's first down.
Go! Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Go!
To throw is Daniels.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Incomplete pass there is probably the best scenario going because if he catches the football, clock's probably going to run out in that situation.
Bison, 60 Bison, 19 Lions, 60.
Throwing now is Daniels. To the right side and caught by Dell.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. This from long, very long range. Does he have the distance? He does. It's good. My goodness, he hits it from the parking lot as time expires. And the Steelers have won the game.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to one possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for Pittsburgh, they inch closer to respectability now at 3-6 on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.